You know that feeling when your dog hears a treat bag from 3 rooms away, but somehow your business is invisible on Google? At SearchHound, your marketing companion, we help businesses get found online so customers don't have to go digging. From SEO to Google business profiles to showing up in AI search results, we help the right people find you right when they're looking. So whether you own a business or you know someone who could use more leads, point them in the right direction. Visit searchhoundseo.com and let's get your business on the set.
And love has many faces. See it in the eyes that look right into your soul. Love has many faces. Proud and humble, beautiful and plain, and young and old.
Hello and welcome to Love Has Many Faces here on Alternative Talk 1150. I am your host, Marilyn Milano, and we are welcoming another returning guest. We have had Jenny Hubbard from the Catherine Violet Hubbard Foundation on a number of times over the years. I love hearing about what their sanctuary is doing. I just love how they have built this into a truly a going concern that is helping people all over the country. And we're going to learn more about that. So stay with us and we'll bring Jenny onto the show. Now, before we do that, just a quick reminder. Many of you may not be aware that we are podcasting now. We have been for some time, but you can catch our shows in podcast form simply by typing in Love Has Many Faces podcast in your search bar, or going to wherever you generally find your podcast that you listen to and also typing in Love Has Many Faces. So we're excited about that. It's just more way to get the word out. We are here to raise awareness, touch hearts, and save the lives of animals. And in doing that, we are helping their people too. So stay with us and we will be back with our returning guest, Jenny Hubbard from the Catherine Violet Hubbard Foundation. I'm your host, Marilyn Milano, here on Alternative Talk 1150.
You know that feeling when your dog hears a treat bag from 3 rooms away, but somehow your business is invisible on Google? At SearchHound, your marketing companion, we help businesses get found online so customers don't have to go digging. From SEO to Google business profiles to showing up in AI search results, we help the right people find you right when they're looking. So whether you own a business or you know someone who could use more leads, point them in the right direction. Visit searchhoundseo.com and let's get your business on the set.
Seattle, Tacoma, Antwerp? That's right. We're streamed worldwide on our app and on the web at 1150kknw.com.
Welcome back to Love Has Many Faces. I'm your host, Marilyn Milano, and of course, I am thrilled to be here, as I always am, because we are talking to people about one of my favorite topics, helping animals, whether it's wildlife, domestic pets, rescued animals. I love doing this. This is where my heart is. So, and again, so pleased to have Jenny Hubbard of the Catherine Violet Hubbard Foundation back with us. Welcome back, Jenny.
Marilyn, thank you for having me.
So I know that there are probably a few new people that have still not heard of the Catherine Violet Hubbard Foundation. So for the sake of anybody who is not informed, can we do the usual quick rundown about what your organization is and what it is that you are doing?
Of course. And so I have we started the Catherine Violet Hubbard Animal Sanctuary in Newtown, Connecticut, as a result of my daughter's death in the Sandy Hook tragedy back in 2012. And so Catherine was a passionate animal lover. At 6, she wanted one thing in the world, and that was to keep animals safe. And she wanted them to know that she was kind. And so the sanctuary honors her sole desire of keeping animals safe and knowing human kindness by doing just that. The sanctuary works to keep animals free from harm in native homes or in homes and native habitats. And we do it 3 ways. We have programs that directly support animals, specifically older adults who live in affordable housing communities. We serve 60 communities and we provide basic care, wellness, veterinary wellness, prescriptive care, and food support. And we host, which we'll be talking about in a little bit, we host, we spotlight adoption events through spotlighting rescues and host Catherine's Butterfly Party, which is June the 6th. That's how we celebrate Catherine's birthday. The second way we keep animals free from harm in homes and habitats is through our educational work. And we just recently constructed Catherine's Learning Barn, which is hosts field trips and helps support our K through 6 curriculum and community programs and workshops that teach people how to care for animals and keep them safe. And then third is through our environmental conservation work. We've got 34 beautiful acres in Newtown that we've preserved and rebuilt habitats, and now is an outdoor classroom for people to model in their own backyards. I'm excited to share that our work, all collectively, our work was once again recognized by the American Business Association. We were just awarded a Gold Stevie for Nonprofit of the Year within the country. So it's exciting to see our work really making an impact, not only locally, but throughout the country.
Oh my gosh. So now is there only one winner, or is there a level of winners? Like, were you the only winner of this award?
Absolutely. We are the only gold winner. So there's gold, silver, and bronze. And so the sanctuary was awarded 4 different awards this year. One, the gold for Nonprofit of the Year, which we also were awarded last year. So it's for me, it was so exciting to receive it last year, but then to receive it again this year was just a testament to the team and their steadfast work in making sure that we maintain our focus and making sure that we stay true to our mission of keeping animals safe. But then we also received 2 gold, which are the highest level, only one in the country. We received 2 golds for the Butterfly Party for community event and community impact, which was exciting. And then this year, I was awarded the Thought Leader of the Year, and that was a silver award.
Wow. I mean, that's just incredible. Now, what did they look at when they're considering these, just so that our listeners know? I mean, this is no small feat. And of course, I have loved what you guys are doing ever since I first heard of you. And I'll tell our listeners a little bit about that in a few minutes, just in case they're curious. But what goes into that? Are there meetings? Are there committees? How does that happen?
So it's evaluated. They receive close to 4,000 applications, and my numbers could be off. I'm known to have numbers off. So they receive a good number of applications from across the country, and it is reviewed. The application is reviewed by hundreds of judges from across the world. So all of our information is shared, and they look at impact. They look at sustainability. They look at efficiency, and over again, the judges, their feedback includes the fact that we are such an efficient organization with making tremendous impact through our results and our reach and our innovation, and just the way that we're approaching animal welfare and how we can keep animals safe. Programs like our Senior Paw Project is really never been done before. So we charter all of these new waters and offer these programs that really meet fundamental needs. We're not building rockets here. We are just making sure that we provide what's desperately needed in the animal welfare community. So the Senior Paw Project, the state and communities, affordable housing communities, love, because it really takes the anxiety off of our clients and being able to keep and care for their pets, just by taking small burdens off their shoulders.
Yes.
Opens up them to be able to care for themselves. So, for example, we provide pet food support to these folks, and we deliver on every month. They have food, pet food, to feed their animals, and because of that, their disposable income is now shifted so that our clients are telling us that because their pets are fed, they're feeding themselves with more nutritious food. Before the Senior Paw Project stepped in, these same folks were making decisions between whether or not they were going to feed themselves or their pet, and the pet always won.
Of course.
Of
Yes.
course. Of course. And so that project, the Senior Paw Project, was really innovative because at the time, we've been at it for about 7 years now. At the time when we first introduced the program to the community, it was kind of unheard of that we would just go in and offer these services. And now access to vet care and to fundamental resources for pet owners is becoming all the more important and highlighted in a lot of the needs that these communities are realizing that they have to, it's an important part of their residents' life and how they care for themselves and their own social and emotional support system. So it's exciting to have our innovation recognized with the Stevie Award. The other thing that is really cool is as we're launching relaunching our educational initiatives and expanding our educational programming. Again, we're doing things that are innovative. All of our science-based curriculum, they meet state standards for academic coursework for kids K through 6, so the teachers are happy about it. But behind it is a whole introduction to empathy-based learning, which I think is going to be so important for generations that are growing up and learning in the schools, of just learning how to be kind, practically being kind in the work we do. So it's exciting to see our educational initiatives also recognized in the Stevie Award as being innovative and a new approach to problems that we need to solve as communities.
Oh, we definitely, I mean, just anybody who takes a look at the news, sees what is happening in the country and the world, there is such a need for people to be tuned in, to be concerned about others, to care about what happens to people and the creatures on this planet, to treat each other with kindness. And I am glad to see this getting into the schools. I mean, we didn't learn that when I was growing up. That was, back in the dark ages. But it's just, to me, it's so very important, and we desperately need this. And so, first of all, kudos to you and your organization, because,
Thank you.
So I remember, I mentioned before, I remembered how I heard about the Catherine Violet Hubbard Foundation. And before I tell that story, just really quick, here is the website, CVH, Catherine Violet Hubbard, cvhfoundation.org. And you can go to the website and dig in and learn more and get answers to some of your questions and maybe find out a little bit more about some of the topics we're touching on today. But I remembered when the Sandy Hook tragedy took place. And of course, any of us with half of a heart, of course, were devastated. And I remembered them talking about the kids and some of the ways we could honor the kids and the teachers, anybody who had passed away from this. And I remember reading about Catherine Violet Hubbard's and her love of animals, and that one of the things that we could do was donate to the local animal shelter in Newtown. And I sent, a small donation, what I could afford. And the way that I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, is that they got so much response that this is what got them moving in the direction of granting some land and launching this whole thing.
You're absolutely right. We had asked for donations in Catherine's memory to go to the Animal Center of Newtown, and the response was completely overwhelming. When they sat down with us, they had said, it was over $100,000 that was donated in Catherine's memory, and what a beautiful organization that they came to us and said, what is the best way to honor Catherine? They did not know Catherine. She was 6. And so, they had said, what would be a an appropriate way to honor Catherine's memory. And we weren't really sure because Catherine was the animal girl, and we just knew that these women that were running this Newtown Animal Center, or the Animal Center of Newtown, that they were her kindred spirits. And so we deferred back to them, and their recommendation was an animal sanctuary. And when we first started, we weren't really clear on this was in February. Catherine died in December, and we decided on the animal sanctuary in February of 2013. So just a month and a half later, that their vision was an animal sanctuary. They suggested that we create this animal sanctuary in her memory, that this was something that they thought would be completely appropriate. And so we said to them, well, what does that look like? What does an animal sanctuary in Catherine's memory look like? And they described it, their vision being a place where children especially would see their own innate beauty in the eyes of the animals that they encountered. And it would be a place where all were accepted and all creatures knew that they were safe and free from harm, in the true sense of a sanctuary being a place of healing and peace. And their vision that they cast forward was so incredibly beautiful that as they described this space and this place, I couldn't help but see Catherine in it, both as a child, a 6-year-old, but even now, today, as she'd be 20 in June, to see her care and compassion towards animals. And gratefully, the state came alongside us then in 2014 and conveyed 34 acres for us to realize this beautiful place of sanctuary. It really has been remarkable. Yeah.
It's kind of like, I mean, I hate to throw terms around like miraculous because they're so overused sometimes, but
right.
It really is. It's beautiful and it's wonderful, and it is teaching kindness, and it is giving everything from pollinators to animals hope. Now,
Yeah.
I want to focus in a little bit on this Catherine's Butterfly Party because that is coming up on June the 6th. And so what can you tell us about that this year? It's the 10th annual.
It is our 10th annual. Believe it or not, we've been at this for 10 years. Catherine's Butterfly Party is how we celebrate Catherine's birthday. Every single year, starting around Mother's Day, we would have this conversation about what her birthday party and what the theme would be. And she always started with wanting an all the animals animal party. And she was just determined to get this all the animals party. And we'd have to walk backwards for about a week on narrowing it down, because that was a big ask. We did backyard birthday parties with all of our friends and all of our family. And it was a homegrown, a true birthday party. And so after she died, we really wanted to honor her life. The first year, her first birthday after she was gone, we celebrated it quietly and as a small family, and we went to the zoo, and it was a beautiful day, but it wasn't a celebration of her life, and so it just felt kind of flat. And we decided to give her the all the animals animal party that she always desired. And so Catherine's Butterfly Party is an honor of that wish, but also a spotlight of the work that we do in her memory. And so there's 29, this year there will be 29 animal rescues that join us at no cost with adoptable animals. Typically on a Butterfly Party Day, there's about 200 adoptable animals on our event green looking for a forever home. And it's not just cats and dogs. It's cats and dogs and horses and goats and parrots and bunnies.
Wow.
We usually will find placement for about 150 of those animals.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. And then we also have at Catherine's Butterfly Party, because not everybody is in a season of life where they can bring an animal into their home. And so we will feature I think this year there's 9 animal educators with ambassador animals. And so in addition to these animals looking for homes through adoptions. On the other side of the event green, you will encounter reptiles, and there's a grazing tortoise, and there's birds of prey with demonstrations teaching the folks that join how to care for wildlife and some of these creatures, some of these creatures that we share our backyards with, to help keep them safe. There's games and there's crafts, all free to the community. There's no registration. You don't have to pay to get in. We welcome everybody. And what I love most about Catherine's Butterfly Party is it being a completely inclusive event. There is no haves and there are no have-nots. Everybody can come and be a part of the celebration and learn how to care for the animals that they may end up bringing home or just see in their backyards or in their communities. We welcome close to 12,000 people annually from Maine to Washington, D.C. Yeah, it's amazing.
That is incredible. Well, now speaking of cross country, and again, I can never believe how fast the time goes. We've just got about 5 minutes left, but I want to be sure we talk about Bring Love Home from New Yorktown.
Yeah. So every year, we always we struggle with how do we involve, because our audience is from across the country. So how do we give people an opportunity to be a part of the Butterfly Party? And so this year, we, with the support of the ASPCA, I should note, they have come beside us in Bring Love Home from Newtown to Your Town. And we have partnered with over 100 rescues from across the country. We are spotlighting them and their adoptable animals on our social media feeds. And we are asking folks who can't come to the Butterfly Party to be a part of the spirit of the day by partnering and with their local rescues. They can find those that are in their area on our website at cvhfoundation.org, or go to one of their own that may not be spotlighted and either adopt from them or volunteer their time. They can foster, they can share stories on social media, but really rally behind these groups that are doing amazing work in trying to find homes for the animals in their care. And so we're so excited because we have representation from all 50 states.
Yay!
I know. So, your audience now has an opportunity to be a part of the excitement and the love and compassion that shapes Catherine's Butterfly Party, and don't even have to come to Newtown.
I've always believed in what you were doing, even though I'm here in Seattle, and I always felt more people needed to know about you just because of the kindness, the uniqueness of the programs. And it's amazing to me how many people have never heard of the Catherine Violet Hubbard Foundation, on this coast. So I like to tell people, but now, I think that it's worth it to just share the information and spread the word about your organization. But now with the incentive for people everywhere to help one of their own local rescue groups in tandem with this should be a good reason to check out the website, find out how you can help. And again, if you can't adopt, foster or volunteer or donate some time, if everybody who cared, and this is a big thing of mine, if everybody who cared did something, can you imagine? It's very funny, Jenny, because I come across people who say they care very strongly about certain things, and I have no doubt that they do. But when it gets down to what they're doing, they're either, well, I can't make a big donation. Well, maybe I can't either, but okay, can you share a story? Can you make a phone call to support a bill? Can you do something? Everybody can do something. Nothing's too small if it's all based in kindness and doing the right thing and in compassion. So I really feel strongly about that. And I'm so excited that all 50 states are involved.
Well, absolutely. And Marilyn, you're a testament to that. The fact that you're willing to share our story and the work that we're doing from all the way across the country, it speaks volumes to the power of compassion and kindness.
I believe that, and I believe we need more of it. So, since we've just got about a minute or so before we have to wrap up, is there anything you would like to leave our listeners with that we haven't touched on yet today?
Absolutely not. They can learn more about all the work that we're doing and specifically about Bring Love Home at cvhfoundation.org.
Okay, that is absolutely fantastic. Jenny, as always, it's been a pleasure. I love the work you all are doing.
Thank you.
Amazing. I continue to talk to people whoever will listen and share with them. It's one of my favorite organizations. And so thank you for being here. And we will talk again down the road and see how things went.
Sounds great. I can't wait to share an exciting day with you.
Okay, sounds good. We're going to take a very short pause right now and come back to wrap things up. I'm Marilyn Milano here on Love Has Many Faces. We've been talking with the founder of the Catherine Violet Hubbard Foundation in Newtown, Jenny Hubbard. And just again, it's been a pleasure to have her here. We'll be right back, so stay with us. Hi, this is Marilyn Milano, your host of Love Has Many Faces. The music that you're hearing during this show every week is exclusively original music from my own CDs. If you're enjoying it and would like to order a copy of one of my 2 CDs for yourself or as a gift, just go to marilynmilano.net and you can order directly from the website. I give a portion of every sale back to Animal Rescue because that's part of the whole cause. Thank you for listening and thanks for your support.
Tell your friends about Alternative Talk 1150.
Once again, welcome back to Love Has Many Faces. I'm your host, Marilyn Milano. If you just caught part of our program and want to hear more, be aware that you can now catch us on podcast. Just type in Love Has Many Faces podcast in your browser and it'll take you to our podcast and you can learn more. You can also learn more about Jenny Hubbard and the Catherine Violet Hubbard Foundation by going to cvhfoundation.org. You can learn more about the programs they're doing, the Butterfly Party, the Bring Love Home from Newtown to Your Town, and some of the awards that they've gotten, which are a testament to the wonderful work that they are doing to teach compassion and kindness and bring safety and good care to not only pets, but to our wildlife and the creatures that share the planet with us. So it's been wonderful. And until next time, I hope you have a great week. We'll see you next time around on Alternative Talk 1150. I'm your host, Marilyn Milano. This is Love Has Many Faces.